Man, oh man. I can't say like before in life that I wasn't thinking, but I would say these last few years has had me thinking a little bit extra hard. You got to come to a point and say, well, am I paying attention to what the hell is going on around me or not? Like, am I really putting some thought into this? Because you start to see you run into some of the same situations in life. You run into some of the same problems, and I'm not a person for too much accepting where I am or accepting the cards that are dealt to me. You know how some people just say, "Well, this is how life is," or "That's how it go," or "That's just what it is," and they never explore any possibility of anything else. Um, I went back to my core. A lot of the Egyptian spirituality and mindset things deal with a lot of self reflection. One of the things that most people don't do when they have problems, when I have a problem, I immediately start looking external. And it's not to say you're placing blame on yourself, but placing awareness on yourself, it does two things, and it's done two things for me. One of those things is it's allowed me to see that some things are my mistake. And by knowing, some people don't want to say, "Oh, this was my fault," or "I screwed up," but when you accept that, when you take ownership of something that you know deep down inside, you could have did this better, you could have did that, it helps you learn. You get the key. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. So like going forward, some of the mistakes that I made, let's just say 10 years ago, I've been able to avoid them because I've experienced them and I got the lesson from them and I took ownership from that's what it is, and you know what to stay away from. But if you don't want to become like one of these people, and I see them daily here in LA, think that they are at the top and the best, and there's room for improvement. And some people get to the point where they don't see that there is any room for improvement because they never make mistakes. There's nothing to improve upon, there's nothing to learn from. And I've always prided myself on that. The second thing is this introspection. It'll teach you more about yourself than any of the BS that other people have sold you, because a lot of the stuff you find out that people will say, like, one time I was told I was always lazy. But the true core of me is not lazy. I'm actually a hardworking person. So until you get to know yourself, you're trying to get to know everybody and everything, but until you get to know yourself and take some introspection and think a little bit more,